Yo, 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 everybody.
How you
How
doing?
you doing, Anthony?
I'm doing great, Texan. How are you?
Shit, I'm doing good.
Oh,
Hello, everybody. Ant, what's good? Viking just saying hi to you.
I have the S and Chief here today with me.
Oh, you're stroking your doll again. Kathy G, hello.
Oh, sure.
Chef Jen, hello.
Sure.
Queen of Smiles, how you doing? Kayla over on Facebook, how you doing?
Hey, Kayla on Facebook.
Kelly, how you doing? Well, I get something from Viking now. Look at this. It was all about Ant. Now I get a little hello from old
Well,
Viking.
I'm the only one that Viking let me stroke his braids.
That's a lie. I tugged on him a little bit.
No, he only let me do it.
No, that's a lie.
Viking.
Kayla, day was fantastic. Hope your day was great too. Conservative Jen said, "What's up, Ant?"
Hey, Jen.
So, Ant, what's been going on in your world?
Well, I've been getting over a sinus infection.
COVID, okay.
No. We would never know because I'll never get tested. But sinus infection we're going with.
I mean, you live in Florida and it's an automatic, like, COVID, right? Because it's a hot spot, right? Isn't that what they used to say about Florida and Texas?
A report came out and said that Florida did better than any other state when it came to COVID.
Even better than Hot Wheels State. Just saying.
No, lots of great things.
Yeah. How about this great thing? Here's a nice little headline for you. U.S. inflation hits 8.5% in March. That's the highest in more than 40 years. That's a great thing.
Putin's fault is what.
Oh yeah, it's Putin's inflation. That's what they're calling it.
Yeah, a whole year of inflation under his administration, but just 1 month of it bumped it all the way up to 8.5.
And it's that, like, Psaki is literally calling it Putin's inflation. That's what they've coined the term, Putin's inflation.
And I'm just I want to just see if I can pull up some numbers here real quick for you. But
okay.
What's crazy to me is that why does the dog have to eat and drink only when I'm on my podcast? Do you hear him?
No.
All day he doesn't eat. And then
leave Mambo alone. Leave Mambo alone.
The second I sit at the desk, we are starting to eat and drink now.
Good thing nobody can hear him, but it's Mambo, so he's allowed to do that. Oh, did you mess up?
No, am I here?
Oh, now I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I think beef went up 16%, pork went up 13%.
But we saved that 6 cents last 4th of July, so we're kind of even now, right?
Thank God. Yeah.
Folks are hoarding things again?
Folks are hoarding things again. But
what?
Oh, so they are saying that they're rationing baby formula. I believe. Can somebody confirm what store that was?
Okay, so what's going on?
So there's they're running out of baby formula.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a good time. It's a good time.
Yesterday, China came out and said that United States is the top arsonist in the Russian-Ukraine conflict, according to their strategist. What do you have to say on
that? China came out and said that what?
That United States is the top arsonist.
Look, while we've been focusing on Ukraine and Russia, China and North Korea have just been building up they're like, oh, this is our time to fuck them.
Yeah.
Like, and I've been saying this since the day one that all these mother flowers bought Ukrainian flags and started fucking putting them on their fucking roofs of their houses and shit. It makes me so mad, Tex, that people are actually feeding into this Ukraine bullshit, because as it's sad that people are dying, nobody is mad that China is locking their citizens in their homes, separating parents from their children, and literally dragging your pets out and putting them in bags so they can kill them because there's been 1% case in COVID spikes.
One.
They're not allowed to have not 1%.
What's up, Joey?
Is that
What?
Joey Bag of Donuts?
That is.
It's
Well,
me, Joey Meat. So he's Joey Meatballs on here.
yeah, but that is Joey Bag of Donuts.
Oh my god, I love that for him.
I mean, here's the thing. I do got to agree with China, though. I think we are inflaming this Russia-Ukraine thing.
Yes.
I mean, 100%.
Yes. And tell me, if it was so serious, why wouldn't the new sanctions for Russia go into effect until June?
Wait, the sanctions that we put on are not until June?
There's new sanctions that the Biden administration released.
Okay.
Those don't go into effect until June. Why wouldn't it be right now?
Well, it's kind of like COVID, right? So remember the mask mandates? They were like, hey, we're going to do mask mandates. And
Tomorrow at 5 o'clock.
Well, that's if it was on a Thursday. Right. But if it
Right.
was on a Monday, they announced this, it was Friday at 5 o'clock.
Correct.
Because the virus is that deadly instead of just making things effective immediately. Kind of like this Russia-Ukraine war, right? So if things are really that serious that you had to put sanctions on, why wait till June? Yeah, that makes sense.
So is nobody mad? I'm just so when will people start buying Chinese flags and posting them on their videos?
Well, here why are the Democrats so hell-bent on flying the damn Ukrainian flag?
But I've seen conservatives doing this too. They've changed their Facebook banners.
Well, here's what I was going to say is, because this is more for the Democrats that are doing it because they're ashamed to fly our American flag, but they'll fly a Ukrainian flag.
Right.
How does that make any sense? I mean, like we had Turn It Up on here a couple weeks ago, right? And she said that the connotation on the Democrat side of things about the American flag is that basically Trumpers and the Republican Party kind of took it hostage and there's bad connotations to it. So they don't even want to wear or do anything with the American flag, but they'll freely fly the Ukrainian flag.
We know, Christy. I'm sure most of you guys fly the American flag.
I mean, I don't know if you saw Jammin' Lou was in Dallas, driving through Dallas, I think about a couple of weeks ago. And one of the car dealerships, so out here, we're very prideful of our state. We're very prideful of our flags.
Oh, yeah.
And we are the only state that can fly our state flag at the same height as the American flag. And so we fly that shit proud. I mean, I showed Dana today, like the state flag is on our baseball uniforms.
Yeah.
That's how prideful we are. They took down the Texas flag to put up a Ukraine flag here in Texas, in the United States, flying it at the same height.
Who did this?
A couple car dealerships.
They should be shut down.
So Jammin' Lou caught it, did a video on it, and then he tried to do live and like confront him and whatnot. And it was really good what he was trying to do, but it's just shameful that businesses are consistently trying to get political.
Yeah, you know what, but everything is everything is that way right now, and everything is under a magnifying glass. I mean, everything's politically correct. You look at this active manhunt that's underway in New York. Okay, they wouldn't even release the guy's identity because he was a black man. All other outlets, and so when you, as a police officer,
how are you supposed to look for somebody if you don't know what they look like?
That's what I was just going to say. So we don't care that he was black. That's what he is. He was a black man. But here's the thing: they changed it to a dark colored man instead of black man, dark colored man.
So is he just like super tan?
Here's the thing. We don't give a this is what I'm saying. We are fucked. Okay? We're fucked.
Okay.
And that's it. We're absolutely and utterly fucked.
Yeah. CNN said he was a
Yeah.
dark-skinned gentleman.
Oh, dark. Oh,
What a gentleman. What did he do? What did he do? Oh, was he over there opening up doors? Is he like guilty of opening up doors for ladies? Is that why he was a gentleman? Was he like putting women first kind of deal? Was he like, I mean, and the fact that you even called him gentleman.
This is why I know a lot of people are like, oh, we need to bridge the gap. We need to talk to liberals and stuff. I love Taryn, but this is why in my faith, I cannot go across and shake somebody's hand with a liberal that's fucking fucked like this. I can't do it. You want to call me radical? Yeah. Out of all y'all, I think I am the most radical because I will lose it. When if I confront somebody who agrees with the way that all this is going, I will throw hands then and there.
I mean, I can't say that I don't blame you. Yeah, and they wouldn't call
it. I'm done.
So I'm reading here just briefly on the New York City thing. Apparently, the guy was wearing a gas mask too. So what else did he have planned?
And I'm seeing this footage come out today, and then you see all these people outside. Here's something else that I noticed today that I never knew existed before, but I'll get there. All these people are running around afterwards, above on ground level, above the subway now. Okay, they're all standing there. Where all the police officers, and they're all masked. There's people that have masks on. How the fuck do you want me to find an active fucking person, a fucking criminal, when you have a fucking mask on your face? Take the fucking mask off! These liberals are fucked! Take the motherfucking mask off! He's black.
That's it. Well, he's dark-skinned gentleman.
No, he's not a gentleman. He's a monster. He's a black monster.
He's 62 years old. 62 years old is willing to do this.
I have.
Listen, if Joe Rogan can meet with the liberals, you can too.
Yeah, but they've both kind of turned.
I don't think Bill Maher has. Joe Rogan definitely has.
Bill Maher is not as late. He kind of woke up a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of woke up. But this is what I'm saying. If I was the mayor, I would say, hi, take your fucking masks off. Citywide, we're looking for a motherfucker today. Okay? Y'all ain't gonna catch COVID now. Take the motherfuckers off with this fucking COVID.
Do they even report COVID numbers now or no?
Oh, well, there's going to be a spike again. Pittsburgh's already talking about putting people up in masks again. They're going to do it in those cities again. Chicago's going to do it.
Are you serious?
Oh, yes.
As we head into the summer months when it's at its lowest?
Oh, it's the worst right now.
3 years now. What are we going on? We're on 2 years, right?
We're going to go on 2, 3. Yeah, 3.
Wow. Well, 2 years, because this would be 2 years to the date almost that we kind of started going into lockdowns.
Yeah.
Or I think we might have already been in lockdowns. You know, the 2 weeks to slow the spread.
I know. Flatten the curve.
Yeah, flatten the curve. That never flattened, and we never got our rights back, really. I mean.
You don't have them anymore. And the First Amendment, it doesn't exist anymore.
This is true.
They got rid of it without getting rid of it because they partnered up with big tech. Now big tech's rules and regulations state that they can take your fucking shit down no matter what. Does not matter. Therefore, null and void, First Amendment, gone. any First Amendment, we said this before, any First Amendment right, freedom of speech, going and protesting the government, if it is against this U.S. government, this fucking scumbag bag of bones, skank vice president, all this administration, if it goes against all these people, you're automatically an insurrectionist. You have to agree with bird shit Biden. Oh, I like bird shit Biden.
Oh, bird shit Biden.
And that's it. That's the way it goes. It's done now.
So there was a video that was posted by a verified creator on TikTok. Speaking of like content getting removed and whatnot, and it was like a naked person like far away, right? So you can make out that they were naked. And so I just did a stitch of it, and I was like, "Hey,
yours came back.
Just for what?
Nudity.
Yeah.
Yours did. Theirs didn't.
No.
I
did. And it was a 15-second video, and all it said was, "This doesn't violate content violation." Nothing.
No.
But shit get banned. People get banned for no reason. That's literally all I said.
I had no reason behind my ban.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. People get banned for no reason. And theirs is still up, and mine got taken out, and I lost the appeal. I mean, it's like it's just mind blowing to me. And now, don't get me wrong. Like, I have no issues having conversations with even the extremist. I miss you on TikTok. Love your rants. Yeah, but your rants get taken down. How many videos on Instagram, since you've been permanently on Instagram, how many videos on Instagram have been taken down?
One, because I told the gay guy he should get fisted. So I guess that was kind of against guy.
You told a gay guy what?
It was one of those gay guys that are like, "Hey, with the long nails and shit," which I don't understand why guys paint their nails. It's fucking weird. It's weird. Acrylic. It's fucking weird. It's gay as shit. I don't get it. So I was like, "Hi, when you go like this," I'm like, "This you." I don't know what I fucking went off.
Oh.
Here, look. This is my argument with the toxics, the gays, is because these are the same people that are telling you to get vaccinated. These are the same people that are telling you to put a mask on. These are the same people that are like, oh, these are the people that are like giving the good gay people a bad name because they want to groom your children. Like, same people. They're also the ones that are at the Pride Parade, maskless, sweating at each other, fucking each other in the streets. And they're telling you that you need to get vaccinated to save them. You have a lot more to worry about, honey, than a vaccination. A lot more. Okay.
The gift that keeps on giving. Let's start with there.
HIV, CBs, whatever the fuck it is. Y'all need to worry about other shit. You heard what I said? Okay. So when you're done walking around with the clap, then we could talk about the vaccination. Till then, gay people, we're not going to talk about it. You're not going to tell me to put a mask on. You need to go fucking put a condom on. 4 of them, because I saw what you did at Pride. I've been there. I already saw.
4 at once?
Oh, they need a quadruple fucking bag. And then they're going to come up to you and be like, with their fucking long nails and their fucking swoop hair like this. Fucking, you need to put a mask on because I'm gay and I didn't tell you that you need to put a mask on.
Is this what COVID does to you?
I don't have COVID.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Just because it's not confirmed. You have the symptoms.
You sound like everybody else. The cold exists.
Well, okay, so I haven't watched any of the mainstream media lately. Like, how much are they even discussing COVID?
Well, that fucking leprechaun is coming back talking about it. He's talking about that. Fauci.
Yeah, Fauci. What's he talking about?
Well, now, yesterday he said that now you got to make decisions for yourself. Now.
Wait, what?
You got to make decisions, like you have to make decisions about COVID for yourself.
I feel like we have been saying this.
Well, midterms are coming up, so.
explains a lot. I mean, Hot Wheels came out, I think it was last week.
I gotta
And
say, he's coming in fucking clutch.
okay, well, it wasn't as clutch as what I had hoped. There's caveats to Hot Wheels, of course. They have to agree to be bust.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it would turn out to be too good to be true.
Okay.
Of which that video that I made, TikTok removed my sound, but they kept the video up.
Okay. You're not making you're not making me want to come back to TikTok.
Almost 300,000 views. Hey, but the video stayed up.
Just so y'all know, I've been thinking about possibly making an appearance back on TikTok, only because people have been asking and asking and asking for it.
So another surge. Is this like the deadly winter that we were supposed to have? The deadly dark winter that Biden claimed?
Is this going to go, excuse me, hand in hand with the food shortages that Biden was talking about?
Now, so here's the thing about the food shortages. I do believe that the food shortage will end up happening. How severe it will be, I don't know. A lot of it has to do with because of the Russia stuff that's going on and the amount of grain that we do. And no, and I don't mean it because of their fighting, but because if we start getting into a trade war, which we've kind of already started to enter into, like the shit that Russia produces is insane for us. Their grains, a lot of stuff, and that's the only reason why I say that.
Got it.
So Philly has a mask mandate that goes into effect April 18th.
That's what I was gonna. Yeah.
So today is the 12th. This is
We
like
have a whole week. Like, if it's that urgent, today, no!
kind of like
motherfuckers that now? Not on the 18th!
yeah, see, 80% of our fertilizers.
Up! Liberals are dumb!
See, so like 80% of our fertilizers. So now if you can't fertilize your crops and they don't grow as good or as much because you don't have the fertilizer, well, we can't grow that grain that can also feed the cows. That will cause a shortage. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I hear you.
Huh?
I know, I hear you.
And I think that's that. I mean, I'm preparing for it. Just buying odds and stuff. Huh?
How are you preparing for it?
I'm buying like more canned goods than what I would, some beans and rice kind of deal. I've actually bought a couple of like food containers that like will last for like 3 or 4 days. Just odds and ends. I'll pick up like an extra case of water or something just to have.
Got it.
And whatnot. And so that's how I've been preparing for it, just to have stuff that really doesn't expire. Granted, it might not be good for you, but you got Ghost.
Dude, the hair on my head.
You got Ghost or something? It's a brand new place.
I just felt like somebody was standing right behind me.
They're
like literally
just your savior Trump behind you.
No, literally they went like this. Okay, I'm good to go.
Oh, I'm so glad Kat's not on here.
Bro, I was like
you know what? I'm gonna have a drink to that.
Because you don't believe that shit, and I promise you, if you open your mind up to it, that shit does happen.
Cheers, bro. Drink your water.
No, I had a coffee. I drank it already.
Kat is sick. She's been sitting near a toilet all day today. So she is not feeling well. And so she waited until about an hour prior to just to say that she wasn't coming on. So she gave us a little bit of notice, but she tried to bear through to get on, but she just was too sick and couldn't feel it. So we gave her the day off. She'll be here. So Thursday we have Crazy Mother Runner coming on. And so I think she wanted to rest up, make sure she was rested up for that because she's looking forward to Crazy Mother Runner coming on. So yeah, I mean, those are kind of like the major, I guess, headlines you could say. What's going on? What's shaking out there in Florida? Well, you have the "Don't Say Gay" bill that went into effect.
Yes, but it's not that. That's not.
Hey, Rod, huh?
It's not what it's called, but
Well, I know that, but I mean, just so that everybody knew. So that will probably be brought up Thursday. So if you want to brush up on it, because she is 100% against it, obviously.
I mean, I read the bill. It has nothing to do with.
I read the bill.
Why did he whisper again today? Does he not have a PR team that's like, most Americans really don't like when you get loud and when you whisper? So let's not.
Well, here and that, but that's.
I'm ready for him to just.
Let's not have that, because then Kamala Harris will be in office. Let's just hope and buy out that that he makes it through and we unelect him. Because I mean, at the end of the day, like, we never want a sitting president to die in office.
I just said drop. I mean, if he can.
What else do you mean by drop?
I'm not wishing death upon him. I just hate him that much.
Yeah, see, my family's farmer by trade, so while the costs of the inputs are going up, the prices of the stuff producers are going up too. And the thing is, like, farmers can't carry on that extra cost. So, like, their fuel cost has gone through the roof. Farmers can't pass that on because the middleman won't allow them to. Leave our children alone, Bill. There you go. I mean, my only question is on that bill in particular is what caused that bill to, like,
because of books they were finding in the libraries of Florida schools.
So why not just ban the books? Why do we have to make a law about teaching?
Why would
like, it didn't, like, so here's my question. I'm not arguing the bill like against it, but why, like, does that bill get rid of those books, or is it just ban the teacher?
Well, you can't have those books in those schools anymore either.
Is that in the bill?
I mean, we can bring the bill up. Sound a little bit more liberal every day there, Ben.
No, shut your mouth. I just because I do always look
here. Let's just make it easy for you. Your kids are how old?
11, 14, and 17.
You want me to talk to your 11-year-old about how to masturbate?
Well, I said, okay, but that's not what we were talking about. We said the bill was written because of books.
I said
now we're talking about talking.
I said it was one of the talking issues that brought up the situation.
Okay, and I agree with that as far as the books go, but does the bill ban those books?
It doesn't specifically say that in there.
Oh, Janet's here. We can end the show now because Janet's here.
Oh, hey, Janet.
Yeah, no, I agree that the books are absolutely an issue, but does the bill address the books is my question.
No.
I know it's only like 7 pages. It doesn't?
No.
So then this whole thing was brought up about books, but now the books still aren't banned. So now what? You know what I mean?
Well, how can you mention specific books in a bill? Like,
well, you can put criteria around the books of what is allowed and not allowed.
Okay.
So obviously, sexual stuff should not be in a book for a kindergartner to read.
Well, it was telling girls that they could stick stuff up their pussy.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, that kind of stuff should not be in elementary school. I mean,
there's
a law like those.
Genderbread Man.
Huh?
There's a book called The Genderbread Man. Like, that's fucking inappropriate.
Absolutely.
And if anybody ever starts talking to a kid in front of me about sex, I'm going to knock them the fuck out.
Oh, 100%. 100.
So let's just read it. It's called the Parental Rights in Education. That's what the bill's called. Not Don't Say Gay. It is HB 1557. Anybody can look it up. Mother Runner, you're more than welcome to read it if you'd like. I'm going to read it out loud to everybody since we have 30 minutes.
Go for it. It's only 7 pages.
and I'm only going to have to read the first page to you, really.
Okay.
Okay. So, parental rights in education requires district school boards to adopt procedures that comport with certain provisions of law for notifying students' parents of specific information. Requires such procedures to reinforce fundamental right of parents to make decisions regarding upbringing and control of their children. It prohibits school districts from adopting procedures or student support forums that prohibit school district personnel from notifying parents. Let me reread that.
Okay.
That prohibits school district personnel from notifying parents about specific information that encourage students to withhold from parents such information. Did that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Prohibits school district personnel from discouraging or prohibiting parental notification and involvement in critical decisions affecting students' mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Prohibits classroom discussions about sexual orientation or gender identity in certain grade levels. Those certain grade levels, just to let y'all know, is pre-K through 3. It requires school districts to notify parents of healthcare services, authorizes parents to bring action against the school district to obtain declaratory judgment, provides for additional award of injunction relief damages and reasonable attorney fees and court costs to certain parents.
Yeah. I mean, as long as they can get control of those books, I wouldn't have it. I don't see any issue with the bill in general. I'm just telling you like what I always look for as far as the bill in general, like what caused the bill to come up. No matter what bill it is, because there's always a cause as to why the effect of the bill came in. You know what I mean?
From what I understood and what I believe is that the books was one situation. Another situation was there were teachers that were telling children, small children, that they can have sex changes or be whatever they want.
Yeah, that's
telling the parents that they have those conversations with the children.
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all. So is another bill coming behind it to ban those books? Because they can ban the books.
I'm sure they can ban the books. I don't know if they've banned those books, but I'm going to look that up.
And while you're doing that, did you know that the lieutenant governor, so second in charge of New York, was arrested?
I heard about that.
You would think that would be like main news, right? Mainstream media news.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah, it's not. Do you know what he was arrested for?
What?
Campaign finance.
And how funny that all this other shit comes out.
Right. And you like next to nothing in the news about a lieutenant governor of a major state. It's not like it's, no offense to anybody, it's not like it's Iowa or Idaho or any of that stuff. It's New York State. Big state. Major state.
So here it is. There is a follow-up bill. It's called HB 1467. Okay. This is DeSantis approves boosts to parental input on school library books. And critics, of course, fear the ban. He says, we have the ability to choose what is appropriate. Here's a little bit of what the bill. So DeSantis signed legislation, HB 1467, anybody can look it up, to allow parents greater opportunity to review and potentially object to school library books that they find inappropriate, with the goal of removing questionable material from school libraries, even if other families are okay with the content. So here's a statement from DeSantis. What this is going to do is it's going to require transparency with respect to materials that are being taught in classrooms and what's available in school libraries. He said on Friday. So yeah, so there is a follow-up bill to it that's connected to it on the
Good.
books. I knew that there was a book. I knew that there was because I've seen on our local news here in Florida that a lot of parents were bringing this. They were pissed off because a lot of counties were noticing, like parents were finding these books in the library, and like first graders,
Mhm.
and they were coming home with these books, and they're like, "This has a girl masturbating in it. Why
Mm.
the fuck is this in your library?"
It's sick. It's
It's
sick.
it's child pornography, and anybody in the LGBTQ fuck off community that agrees with it, I'm sorry, I cannot associate with you.
Right.
You cannot talk to children about what they want to stick up their pussies.
Absolutely agree.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Hey, do you remember a couple months back the abortion bill that Texas passed, and it was held up by the Constitution, and all the hoopla and oh, Texas is bad, don't live in Texas. Well, did you know that
Oh, y'all have storms.
yeah, I got it. Just a tornado warning. Shut up.
Yeah, just a normal day.
Just a tornado warning. That's all. Did you know that Oklahoma passed a bill making abortion a felony?
Wait, what?
Oklahoma not only passed, but it signed into law today that except in medical emergencies, abortion is 100% illegal and is a felony.
It was signed into law?
Signed into law. Where's the outrage?
I have my own I never touch on abortion.
No, okay, so it's not like is abortion like right or wrong. I'm not going to get into that. But my point is all this hoopla was made about Texas's bill that you could still legally have an abortion up until 8 weeks. The heartbeat bill, right? Is what it was called. But there's like no news coverage, no outrage of Oklahoma flat out banning it minus some medical emergencies.
Why is that? Why do you think why do you think the magnifying glass was put on Texas
It's
and not
always just like it is Florida with COVID. It's always Texas and Florida when it comes to these two states because they truly want to turn these two states blue. They don't care about Oklahoma. That's why it's like all that's why I just wish that people
how many electoral seats in the presidential election does Oklahoma hold?
like 4, I think.
Yeah, it's small, right? How many does Texas hold?
We just went up. Let me look it up here. But I think we were at like 40 something. So Florida has 29, Texas has 38, but I think we gained 2 more. So I think we're at 40. Oklahoma is at 7. So Oklahoma has only 7 electoral votes. Where like Florida has 29, Texas has 38. California has 55, but they lost 2, so they're at 53 because they did lose 2 because of their population decrease.
So the highest electoral would be California.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah, just because.
I didn't realize. So the big ticker states are California, Pennsylvania, Florida. Texas has got 38. You said.
Yeah. Well, they should gain 2 more, so they should be at 40. California should drop down to 53. Those are your top 2, and then like New York has 29, which is the same as Florida. I don't know if they gained or lost any. Florida probably gained a seat or 2, I think, if I remember correctly. So they're probably at 30 or 30. I think they're at 30. I think they gained 1. Due to the new census. So like all of these was based off the 2010, but now that they did a 2020 census, next presidential election, it'll be different. And then
I'm going to say this one thing because I know that a lot of people for a couple of years have always questioned where I stand on abortion. Pro-choice people cannot talk to me until they give me answers on why we have children that are still without homes and why we have to pay the government so fucking much to adopt children when there's plenty of people that are able to support them without giving the government $50,000 to $75,000 just to buy the kid. So pro-choicers, when you want to start having an adoption conversation about our adoptions here in the United States, then you can start talking to me about abortion. Until then, sit the fuck down.
I understand that it's going to be hard to trust the elections, but we still got to vote. We can't. I mean, we vote maybe with hesitation, but still vote.
Still have to.
Especially now, like with the primaries and everything, you got to vote.
Yeah. Especially local.
Tornado sirens are going off.
Do you need to like get down, like in a bathtub?
No. For what?
Okay.
No, this is usually when I go outside with my fucking whiskey and start smoking a cigar while the.
Oh, it's the best, dude! I love storms like this.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the Florida storms to start here in another couple months.
They're all going off right now.
So many children, that can, but yeah, exactly. And that's the thing is like, this is where it comes into child. Yeah. This is when it comes into sex trafficking and child endangerment. And this is when it comes into kids being fostered and then giving back to their drug addict parents after 2 years. This is when I have a problem with people that are fostering children that are unfit to foster, but they're just fostering them because they don't have room for them in homes. This is where it gets into like all that stuff. And I honestly think that abortion rates would drop if the government came up with, if, of course, people need to be vetted, but they're, and I believe that I could probably have this conversation with Mother Runner. If why do I have to pay you $50,000 to $75,000 to adopt a child here in the United States when there's so many that need good homes? Why? Why can't I take that money and put it into my kid?
Yeah.
Why?
I agree with you.
And why like it makes no sense. And I bet you women probably, and I don't know this, and I don't ever worry about this kind of stuff because I won't be getting a woman pregnant, I promise.
And if you get a woman pregnant naturally,
a turkey baster.
Oh my gosh, you're breaking up the turkey baster. Oh man.
How else am I supposed to?
Holy, those alarms are loud. Yeah, they're all going off. That's why. This is our radar. I just wanted to pay attention to the radar just to make sure I'm good, but I'm fine. Oh,
Christy.
That's our radar right now.
Damn, it's like going right into you.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, you better not get that turkey baster out.
No, but how? There's a statistic in that. Like, how many women really do worry about if they didn't abort their child? Where, like, what if some of the reason why some of them, maybe it's a small percentage, I don't know, but a small percentage could be, I don't know, 50,000 women. Right. Like, what's a small percentage? So, like, what if 50,000 women didn't abort because they knew that there was a great adoption system in our country, and they knew that their kid was going to go into the adoption or fostering system? Well, and they're like, okay, I don't have to worry. So what if some of those women are like, I would rather get an abortion because I don't know what's going to happen to that kid? What if? I don't know. Right. I don't know what the statistics are on that.
Well, and the sad part is once you go into look up Ryan Hall, y'all on YouTube, and watch and make sure you don't have a tornado. Oh, I'm fine. You know how to end the show just in case, right? The little end broadcast button at the top, just in case my power goes out or anything.
Oh yeah, I know how to.
Yeah. Okay. No, this show is not taking a break. I think Cat's Corner is taking a break. I think
we did take a break for Christmas.
Yeah, we took our break for Christmas, but we haven't discussed any break for this portion of the show. But I think Cat's Corner is taking a break for a couple weeks.
We haven't talked about that.
Huh?
We haven't talked about anything like that, guys.
Yeah, no, we haven't.
I mean, the only thing that I could foresee. Well, we'll talk about it after. But I mean, the
Well,
only
I
thing.
think you tried to adopt too, didn't you, Aunt? You and
Yeah,
Jim?
child, because it was the only one because of medical reasons, but it costs so much. Yeah. So we looked into some different options. So I'll just give you 3 options that we looked into. So one of the options that we looked into was legally adopting through the United States, and we wanted from newborn, so right from the hospital to us. And first, you have to have home checks, and you have to go through, which is fine. Like my home is totally safe for children. We make enough that we can take care of a child and give them a great life. That's not the problem. But yeah, so you have to pay them X amount of dollars that I don't know how they differentiate, like how much each family pays out. But you have to at least have 50 to 100 grand in your bank account sitting there. But then they want that money. You have to pay them. The
Right.
second option was to foster. Now, fostering is free, and the government assists you on it. So they'll give you credit for food, schooling, X, Y, and Z. The only thing with that is, I believe it was 3 years. You have to go back with your foster attorney, or whatever attorney you had, and then the DCFS person. You go back, and then the parent who you fostered the child for, if she gets her shit together, like if she was a heroin addict and now she's good to go, they come into your house and take that kid back. And then if that kid goes back into the house and she doesn't have her shit together, it goes back in the fostering system.
Well, and not only that, too, like
Thank you.
I don't know if I could foster, because what if you get attached to the kid? Or you
That's
will.
why
I mean, there's not an if. You will. You'll get bonded.
Because that shit's mine. That's my kid then.
Right.
If he's gonna be here for 3 years from baby, that's my shit.
Right.
So they would have to put me in a mental institution. Sorry. Or I'm going to jail. So I couldn't do that. Another one is to do you have a what is it called? Please, somebody help me. Where somebody has your baby, or you
Surrogate?
a surrogate. Okay, you have to pay for her hospital bills, which is fine, but you still have to pay her $30,000 to do it.
Well, it depends on the surrogate and all that stuff. Like, there's not a set price. Like, if you have a friend that's willing to be a surrogate, usually you guys can work something out a little bit. But the problem with surrogate is too that, like, some people don't understand, or even like a woman that's already pregnant and knows that she wants to get the baby up for adoption. Every state's different, right? So, like here in Texas, I think they're given like a 3-day grace period. So, like, as a parent or an expected parent, like let's say like you and Jimmy, you're walking alongside a pregnant woman going through all the steps of everything, right?
Right.
And then 12 hours, she decides, I don't want the baby, or I want the baby.
Yeah, and that happens a lot. That's the issue. That's a big issue. And for all y'all, I would be raising my kid straight until proven gay. So what does that mean? That means that I will raise them to be if it's a boy, we're doing boy shit.
Right.
Until you give me a reason to believe that you don't want to do boy shit, I am not going to push anything on my son. And I'm raising my daughter to do girl shit. She's going to do girl shit. She's going to wear dresses. She's a girl. Until she says, Daddy, I want this toy. I'm not going to make a big deal. She's going to play with that toy. I'm not going to push it on her, but she's a girl. I'm going to say, you're a little girl. This is what girls do. They wear dresses. And if she push it, like, for instance, my parents did not raise me gay. I did boy shit. I was just a little bit more of a sensitive boy. Like, I didn't really like to get.
Was?
Huh?
Was?
I still am pretty sensitive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Was, like.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't get this shit. Like, you can be whatever you want. No, you're a boy in this motherfucker. We're going to do boy shit.
Trust science, right?
Trust science. Well, I don't know. I'm not a biologist, so
Oh yeah. Neither is our Supreme Court justice that just got nominated. So yeah. We're
we already knew she was going to be. She had the votes no matter what.
Right. So like, Yeah, I mean, I'm with you on Ant. Like for the most part, I don't really discuss abortion anymore, just because at the end of the day, it's people's beliefs, and you can throw stats out there, you can throw this, that, morals, and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, if if people aren't going to change their minds, they're not going to change their minds, and abortion's just one of those things. Hey, Scott, that that I've never seen anybody change their mind in any type of discussion or even see where you're coming from or anything like that. It's either hardcore yes or hardcore no. So I just quit having it. Plus, for so long the left has just said no uterus, no opinion. So okay, well, why do you continue to ask me my opinion then?
Right.
That's what I don't
Well,
understand.
well, yeah, and that's a sad thing too, because like I just saw a video the other day where a dad was outside of Planned Parenthood. He was bawling his eyes out. He was screaming. He's like, "No, please don't abort my baby!" Like screaming because he did not want his girlfriend or whatever to do that. Like that's gut wrenching. And the fact that he can't have, you know, that men can't have that say. Like I get it, it's your body, it's your choice, but like he needs to be in the conversation at least.
Right.
And that's where it becomes hairy because people are like, "Well, you can't say," and so I'm like, you know what? And I don't want to fucking have this conversation with you. If you can't be a normal person and understand where I'm coming from too, then I'm not gonna fucking. And that's just like with liberals. It's like that's why I like Taryn, because I can have conversations with her and be like, "Bitch, shut up, you stupid," and she'd be like, "You fucking triggered." I'm like, "You dumb," and she's like, "You idiot." But like, it's all in fun. But like most people, you can't have these conversations with. So I automatically write you off. I'm like, bitch, like, fuck you. Like, I'm not even, if you're, I'm not going to have this.
Yeah, no, and I agree. Like, and that's where like crazy mother runner, she is good at those conversations of at least listening. She probably won't agree, and that's fine.
I don't
But
expect her to agree.
yeah, and but yeah, you're right though on having these conversations, and that's the difficult part because at the end of the day, here's the thing too, bro. On their side, they feel the same way about us.
Correct.
That we're closed minded. We're not willing to listen. We're not willing to have those conversations either.
And I'll be honest with you, I am, and I am on the more radical side of the conservatives than even you guys are. I am. I'll admit it. I'm like I'm a completely triggered conservative. Liberals trigger me. I'm going to be honest. I'm on the, but there have been times where I'm like, okay, I can have this conversation with you because you're level headed. I'll listen. I'll be like, respectfully, I don't agree. But when you go off on some crazy shit, I'm sorry, I can't. Like, you lost me, and I will go nuts.
Yeah, no, and I do agree with that. For the most part, I mean, for me, I enjoy the conversations, but I won't get into it like a yelling match. That's why I don't do it on TikTok when I debate people or anything like that because it doesn't do any good. Um, Nothing gets accomplished, because then the name calling starts and everything else like that. So it's like, what the fuck's the point? And
And
so, I mean, even on this show, as we go forward and we try to reach across the aisle and just have these kind of conversations, we're going to be very selective on it. If it there's not going to be like probably a my dude will never be on here because he can't have
I
that.
won't be on with him.
Well, he can't have that conversation. I don't think Good Trouble. I don't think he could have that conversation.
Yeah, or like the typical Democrat or whatever his name is, the typical like
Oh,
I
he
would,
will never be on this show.
I
But
would,
like a crazy mother runner, a tearing it up, even a Donish. I mean, Donish can have those conversations. I think Donish is more in the middle than he is anything else because he can see both sides. He understands. And the conversations that I've had with him and even on the podcast. Um, I hate to say it, but like,
Thunder.
yeah.
Wow, wow. We all heard that.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, like I'd legitimately be outside smoking a cigar right now.
Well, we're almost done, so you're gonna get a chance to watch it.
Well, the storm will be gone by then, but it's okay. I like it here.
Yeah, but no, I agree. Like, and here's the thing: is I think a lot of the passion.
Yes. Go ahead.
I think a lot of the passion for me comes from having a father that came here from another country, and the passion that he has for the United States, and seeing my grandparents and seeing them like come here with nothing, and then having people just continuously day in and day out shit on it and shit on our Constitution. I think that's why I have the passion to be like, no, fuck you. Like, you're not oppressed. I'm sorry, you're not. You want oppression? Go see how people are living in Italy. I know it's beautiful, and I'm using Italy as an example
Right.
because I've never been to a third world country, and everybody thinks that Europe is this great place, and it is. It's aesthetically beautiful, but those people are ran by the mob. The government is ran by mobsters. People don't understand that.
Mm-mm.
The police departments are ran by mobsters. If
Well,
you
and-
don't pay them money, they won't come help you.
right.
If you're getting beat up in the street and you didn't pay them money that week, they're not going to come for you. Like, that's some shit. That's some real talk shit. So these people don't understand here in America where they walk around with their fucking painted nails and shit and talk about oppressed, oppressed, oppressed with their fucking hair swooped down to the side. They don't understand that if I drop them in the middle of fucking Palermo, that they would probably have their asshole ripped apart. They don't get that. They don't get that. They think that they're here and they're like, oh.
That's why, like, you know, they always say that there's white privilege, but at the end of the day, it's American privilege.
It's American straight up 100.
We are very privileged in this country. We don't even realize it, in all honesty. And so, you know, I mean, it's just, I personally would like for us to just at least get to the point of having conversations, and that's kind of the goal that like we have. Is just at least have a conversation. One that doesn't get heated, one that doesn't get into name calling, one that doesn't put people down, but just have a good general conversation. You know what I mean? Like we used to be able to. I mean, do you think that the people that signed our Constitution was 100% in agreement with each other? No, I guarantee when they were sitting at the bar drawing up the Constitution, they argued a lot.
Yeah, there might have been
about what should or shouldn't be in there and all that stuff. I mean,
a fist thrown.
huh?
There might have been a fist or two.
And there very well could have been. I mean, because things get heated, but at the end of the day, like we've got to learn to rein that in as Americans and just realize one, we're really on the same team.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all Americans at the end of the day.
Y'all lost me in the comment section, so I'm gonna just let you guys have the conversation.
What are you talking about?
They were talking about Reed, Timer. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know either.
Yeah, I have no idea what they're talking about.
Storm chasers. Oh, they're talking about storm chasers. I think.
Oh yeah,
I don't do that.
You know, when I was in 4th grade, real quick, I wanted to be a storm chaser.
No way.
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
I don't see you being a storm chaser.
I think it was because Twister came out, the movie.
You wanted to see a cow fly across your screen and go, cow!
I just thought it was cool that they were, are we though what?
Are we though all like probably all Americans? The chat's just a smidge behind.
Oh.
See, now we're all good.
But yeah, I did.
But all right, well, we got Crazy Mother Runner on Thursday. I'm not 100% sure on Kat's Corner being on Friday. I know she had talked about doing one more on Friday, but I don't know if she's 100% up to it. So either way, we'll let everybody know, obviously, like we always do. And Ant, what do you want to send this off with?
Look out soon. I should be having a meeting with My Pillow this week. I know y'all love My Pillow, so we're gonna have a code for you guys soon. I'm just waiting for that meeting. Wednesday nights with Speak Truth Without Fear, always on Instagram at 9 p.m. And then
is that Wednesdays or Mondays?
So we have moved both shows to Wednesday. So now it's Speak Truth Without Fear subscription live event, and then the live podcast is at 9 o'clock on Instagram. It was just easier to move it to one day because we found ourselves doing so many podcasts through the entire week. And that was like Monday podcast, Tuesday podcast, Wednesday podcast. Like it was like every day. We're like, oh! So it was just easier to put it on.
How'd that go again?
Oh! Oh! Oh!
All right. With that, we are out. We will see you Wednesday at Ants on Instagram. Thursday here for Crazy Mother Runner. And we will update on Kat being here on Friday.
Yeah,
With that, y'all have a good evening. Stay safe.